It's homecoming week throughout Lebanon schools, so we thought it was the perfect time to welcome LHS senior Anna Hale to the Love in Lebanon podcast. Along with being on the homecoming court, Anna is also interning in the mayor's office. One day you may catch her reporting live in the broadcasting field. Anna shares what her senior year has been like so far and what she plans to do after high school. Episode 135 starts now.
Welcome to the Love in Lebanon podcast, highlighting all the great things happening in Lebanon, Indiana. Have an idea for an episode? Send an email to loveinlebanon@lebanon.in.gov.
You're requesting a live podcast. You want to just go, and there we go.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that works.
One Take Anna is actually my name.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 136 of the Love in Lebanon podcast. I'm Joe LePage, the City of Lebanon Community Development Director. Now, sometime soon, you'll be hearing this gal's voice. Hi, Anna. Say hi, Anna.
Hi.
You'll hear Anna's voice hosting podcasts as part of her internship program here in the mayor's office with the City of Lebanon. Anna Hale, a senior at Lebanon High School, on the pod today. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thanks for having me.
And I'm going to leave it in. One take Anna. That's who you are. We're just going to let this sucker roll. And she hates to laugh, everybody, so you will not hear any laughing throughout the course of this podcast. But you're okay doing this podcast? You don't have any worry. You're just ready to step up to the mic and do this thing.
I'm ready. I'm a talker, so we're good.
What is it about that's part of your personality? You're kind of a go-getter. You're just like, yeah, let's try it. Let's do it.
Yeah, for sure. I'm an opportunist. I want everything. I want to try everything that I can. I don't want to live with any regrets like, oh, I didn't do that. So I'm definitely a person like, let's just do it. Let's try it.
And so, boom, no editing of this podcast. We're just going to go this way. So you're a senior at Lebanon High School. How has it been so far in your senior year, and how's it kind of gone with going from junior year to senior year?
It's been good. I thought senior year was going to be a lot easier than junior year because I thought it was hard, but it's not. The work is harder, especially when I'm in a lot of like dual credit courses and things like that. So it's college level work, which I don't know why I didn't think it would be harder, but it's harder than, what I was doing last year, but I definitely enjoy it. I'm glad I don't have to take a science class. Not a science girl, so it's nice to be able to I can just do what I want to do more than I ever have been able to.
And how the classes have gone okay, but you do a lot of extracurricular stuff as well, and you are a Jane of many trades for sure.
Yeah, I am. I mean, I would say that I'm pretty involved in the LHS community. I'm senior class president, and I'm editor of the yearbook. I am on the swim team. I have a job outside of school. I did theater for my first 3 years and got a little bit, took a step back and started working in the booth for the play of my junior year. And I'm going to be in the booth for this year.
You're a Black Box kid too, everybody.
Black Box kid, Black Box alumni. So that definitely helps too. But yeah, I'm a busy girl. I'm doing a lot of things. Right now, I'm helping organize a volleyball tournament, which is awesome, I guess. Never thought I'd be doing that, but here I am. We're building a float for homecoming and, all the things.
So you have 3 minutes a day of spare time because everything else is
but during
packed.
Those 3 minutes, I'm thinking about everything else that I need to be doing. So the spare time doesn't really work, but yeah.
Has it hit you yet? This is the last year. This is the last, we're wrapping up, towards the end of the month of September. This is the last September. You'll be a Lebanon Tiger through the school. And then the last, football homecoming and all those things. Is it kind of hitting you those milestones that are?
Yeah, the first lasts are going away, It's not really first last day, first last meeting, first last. It's kind of going away now. So, it is kind of setting in. It's exciting but nerve-wracking. I'm someone who, I thrive with all those extracurriculars. And I know when I go to college that I'm not probably going to do as much just because you don't do as much when you're in college. You're more focused on one thing. So it kind of worries me a little bit, but I'm not really worried. I think I'll be just fine. But I definitely it's definitely it kind of sucks when it's the last, but also I'm so excited for it to be done. I'm not, I am pretty excited to not have to walk back in that school every single day and be there from 7 until 5 because I have to stay after school every day.
Because of everything you do.
Because I do everything after school.
Yeah. And what are you going to miss the most? Not the 7 to 5, but what are some of the things you'll miss?
I'll definitely
School
miss
lunches for sure.
Yeah. I mean, when it's time for me to leave, like we get to leave for lunch as seniors, I'm out of that school as fast as I can. As soon as that bell rings, I'm out of there. I don't know. I'm going to miss a lot of things, definitely. I'll definitely miss my teammates at swim. They're definitely we've grown up together. Like, we all started swimming when we were probably 7 or 8. So, I mean, I've grown up with these people, and I'm just, not going to see them every single day. Like, that'll be really weird and definitely hard. I'll definitely miss, I don't know, not the homework. We get so much homework. I don't know. I'll miss, the way that high school classes are set up. I definitely like having that block schedule. I think it'll be really weird to you go to a class for 2 hours and then you just go back to your room. That'll be definitely a weird thing for me. But yeah, I'll miss a lot of things about high school. I'll definitely miss the people. I'll miss the teachers. You know, you don't get to see your college professors in the hallway every day when you don't have them anymore. So yeah, but I mean, I feel good. I feel ready. Yeah. I'm good.
and I can't wait to talk to you a little bit later on as things get ready to wrap up with your school career with LHS and how you're going to feel then. It's going to be kind of a bittersweet time, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe. But right now you're like, yeah, let's get here.
Right now I'm like, let's go. But once we get there, I'd definitely be like, but it's all right. I don't got to go yet.
Everybody, we're talking with Anna Hale. She's a senior at Lebanon High School, interning here in the mayor's office in the Office of Community Development and Communications. Now, when you started at LCSC, this whole career engagement kind of portal or opportunity wasn't there, I don't think. This is fairly recent. But how did you hear about this through school? Because you're interning, you're here. This is during the school day. We're recording at 9:02 on this Wednesday. But how did this all come about, and how do you feel about that?
Yeah, definitely. I think my freshman year, it wasn't really a thing. Maybe people were asking about it, but it definitely hadn't kicked off in the way it does now. I just remember, I've always been friends with the older kids just because of Black Box and stuff. Those are the kids that I grew up with. And when they were able to go out and intern, I remember I was super, interested in that. I loved, the freedom of it, the freedom of, I don't know. I'm a person who likes when you trust them. So, I wanted to have that trust and, have that responsibility to, not be at school during the school day. And, I mean, you can only get so much out of those high school classes and, getting to work-based learn exactly what you're, thinking you want to do is really helpful. And my brother did an internship. He interned at Black Box. So I don't know. His schedule was so I loved his schedule and I wanted the same schedule he had. So it is really nice. And also we don't have a lot of telecommunications or broadcasting journalism or anything like that courses at school just because we don't have the teachers to provide them. So yeah, there's yearbook, but I really wanted to be able to immerse myself in that more. And so that's what work-based learning really did for me. Yeah,
and so you were able to kind of, what types of things did you wanted the kind of the marketing thing, the camera stuff, and then the media type thing?
Yeah, I definitely, when we went into our meetings, so we had meetings last year to talk about what exactly we wanted. They looked at our grades and made sure we were good enough to responsible enough to go and everything like that. And I was we had talked about going to a news station or going to a radio, but I also I wanted that communication side of it too, that creating advertisements and social media kind of side of that too, because I know that that's something that if I had those skills, it really will help me in the job picking field later. And so that was something where we were maybe it's not just a news station, but maybe I go with a communications director. So it was a good conversation to have, because if I didn't go and talk about that, I would have just ended up on Radio Mom. Love Radio Mom, but it wouldn't be giving me exactly what I was looking for.
Yeah, and you can be fully transparent. We're sitting right across the table. So far, so good. You kind of meet in that. Everybody, if you haven't seen it already, Anna's first story, she got to interview a family at Memorial Park and some cute kids, got some video of them. You shot that. You interviewed the couple, and you interviewed John Messenger, our parks director, as well. I encourage everybody to go to YouTube and check it out. But how'd that go? Is that kind of what you were wanting for an internship, to kind of get your feet wet that way?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't have any expectations. I was really excited when I learned that I was coming to the mayor's office, because I knew JoJo Morrison had, was it that last year?
Self-proclaimed the best podcast ever by Josephine. JoJo last year. So she got on, you said no editing, and JoJo said this is going to be the best podcast episode ever. So there you go.
Yeah, and so I remember I talked to her about it, and me and JoJo have been friends forever. She was our stage manager when I was in theater, so we were always working side by side, and she got a lot out of it. But I didn't like have any expectations going in, but never did I think that I would have a video piece up on YouTube, like, in one of that quality. So I mean, any expectations I had were surpassed, and I'm learning more than I thought I'd ever learn. Like, didn't think I was going to learn how to fly a drone, and that's like the funnest thing ever. And I don't know, we interviewed just all these different people. I'm going to meetings in the floor of the library I didn't even know existed. Like, I'm just learning so much. And also it makes me like appreciate the town so much more. Like, I don't know. I didn't know, like, realize what really happens behind the scenes and how much work really goes into it. And it definitely like opened my eyes and makes me just love everything about it. Like, when anyone asks, like, oh, what's that thing by the road? I can be like, oh, I know what it is. And it's awesome, and you should love it, and you should be so excited about it. So I have a lot of pride in what we do here. And I really think that, like, I tell everybody, like, they're like, when they think about their schedules next year, I encourage them so much to like try work-based learning, because I haven't talked to anyone who's in this program who hasn't, like, they only have nice things and wonderful things, and they're so grateful for the opportunity. So it definitely is, like, I don't know, it's so awesome, and it's going great here, and I love it. And it really helps me, like, knowing that I'm so passionate about it and knowing that I really like it, like, makes me feel really secure in, like, my future and, like, where I'm going to go. And I know I'm going to be happy, because as long as I get to fly a drone and hold a camera, I'm going to be happy.
And we did pay you to say that. And so the school, we slid you that money in that envelope to have. No, appreciate the unsolicited vote of confidence there. I was going to ask, does it make you kind of want to do your next story and sit kind of where I'm sitting here and host some of these things and do the next piece? Yeah,
for sure. How every single one of these things goes is Joe gives me, you want to do this? And I get extremely nervous, but of course I want to do it. So I'm like, oh yeah. And then I'm sitting in a chair in front of a computer and he's teaching me how to edit, and I don't even know how I got here, but I'm so excited. So that's how it kind of makes me feel. Like, I've watched him do countless podcasts and he makes it look so natural. So it makes me excited. Like, of course I'm so excited to be the big voice saying that we're here today on the 11 Lebanon podcast, but it also makes me nervous.
Hey, you delivered it great. There you go.
I guess I'm already there.
You got it. You're a natural, girl. Now, you talked about the kind of the next steps, and we'll get to kind of what's next after LHS, but growing up in here, we kind of talked about Black Box as well. Mm-hmm. What's kind of been some of the things that stick out to you about your hometown as you get towards that kind of the end of the road and being able to go on to the next big thing? And we hope to have you back one day after wherever you go to school where that's going to happen. What are the things about Lebanon that kind of stick out?
No, growing up in Lebanon, me and my friends always talk about this because we love to just talk about all the whatever. We love to talk about great hypotheticals. If we were born somewhere else with different parents, what would our lives be like? And I am a genuinely hard believer that I am so grateful to grow up in Lebanon. I just don't think that there's any other place that I should have grown up. Because especially like when we were little, you could get across town in 10 minutes on a bike. You know, you could get anywhere. I lived right by Harney, so you could go to the Harney Park or you could go to Memorial Park. I spent so much time walking around Walgreens. Like, it's just a perfect place. And everyone here, it's the friendliest city in Indiana. Like, everyone here has so much passion, and all of my teachers cared so much about every single one of us. Our class could have 20 people, and each one of them were cared for. We have our schools have so many opportunities, so many clubs. Like, you had something no matter who you were, no matter where you were from. And so it's so amazing. And I think growing up in Lebanon is awesome, and I would not want to grow up anywhere else. And my kids will be lucky if they get to come back here and grow up in any sort of Lebanon that I grew up in.
Well, selfishly, we'd love to have you back. That's kind of our goal, is we want to be able to have young people have that experience where they go off and they do that great thing, but then when they meet that special someone and they think about where should we kind of settle as a family and or create a family, we want to have them come back here, and so we'd love to have you come back to Lebanon.
No, and especially with all the developments happening, it would make me excited to bring my family back. Like, with all it's going to be a totally different Lebanon, but I don't think that's in a bad way at all.
You're very, very insightful. Everybody, we've been talking with Anna Hale. She is a senior at Lebanon High School. Now, what is next? I don't want to think too far down the road because we're in the end of September and getting into October. But what do you feel like? What's next for you?
My crazy goal that I don't know if I'm actually going to meet is to kind of have a really good idea of my, college plans and where I'm going by my senior night for swim. So come January, I kind of want to have it all figured out. But I mean, I know that that's maybe not a realistic goal. I definitely am not done swimming. Like, swimming is like, it makes me like so happy. It definitely like, it puts me in the zone the second I get in the water. Like, you don't got to think about anything besides what you're doing. And it's such like, swimming is like a therapy thing. Like, it's really, really good. So I'm definitely not done. I definitely still want to improve. So I signed up for my little recruiting website, and so I'm definitely planning on continuing my athletic career in college. I was going to say,
sure. So athletically in college, swimming, it's got to happen.
That is, okay. I mean, that is my number one thing that I want to do. Like, if I can swim there, I'll go. Like, it doesn't matter where. I definitely like some multimedia communications at all the colleges I look at all their different journalism majors, because I don't know if just a straight journalism major is what I want. I definitely want some like visual communications, multimedia, everything like that. So that definitely is a big thing when I'm looking at them. But definitely college, definitely swimming, definitely broadcasting. So that's kind of all I have in my head right now.
So you got those boxes checked, and that's kind of your prerequisite to, okay. Parts of the country, do you care?
Not necessarily. I definitely want to try to go to another state, but if I'm going to stay there, who knows? I get homesick so fast. So I get homesick on the New York trip to Charisma. I was like, oh, I miss my family. I want to go home. So I love Oregon.
Okay.
I think it's beautiful.
Kind of far away from Lebanon if you're going to miss the family. Okay.
I have some family that lives in Boise.
Beautiful
and
country.
We went there on a trip. We took a 36-hour train ride and went to Idaho, and I had the most amazing time, and no trip has ever topped that trip. So I definitely could see myself being there. I had a college in my emails from Arizona, but I don't like hot weather, so I don't know if I could go there.
Rumor has it but it's a dry heat. It's not the
it's dry heat, but it's 99 degrees today to our 60, so
yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, I definitely want to try other places. I love Michigan, which is never too far. I love Michiana. Like, that territory is just awesome. So, yeah, I could see myself anywhere. I wouldn't say no to really any opportunities. I don't think I'd go to, like, Texas. I don't really want to go to Texas. I don't know why.
Gotcha.
I wouldn't see myself there, but.
Gotcha. But I think, and getting to know you for a little bit, and it was so funny because I think the first time we met, your mom had a scavenger hunt or something.
Oh my God, yeah. Yes, she did.
It was like, wait, there's this family here and they're doing some kind of scavenger something.
We love to make up our games. Oh, that's the very first time you saw me, yeah.
That's the first time we met.
My mom we do them twice a year. They're Mandy scavenger hunts. We do one in the summer and one in the winter. My team is Bo Away Amy, which means both older and wiser and younger and more youthful. All squished together. And yeah, we had to come here to do some like finger dance game. It was so weird. Yeah. But yeah, we didn't win that one. That was we were two for one. Gotcha. So we'll get them next time, but that's all right.
Okay. Everybody stay tuned for more video and more podcast stuff from Anna. You're excited to do this? You're kind of thinking about things that you can do next as part of the next step in this internship?
Definitely. Every time I see anything, I'm always like, oh, that would be cool to record. Or I always think about taking out my phone, taking a picture of it, everything like that. Especially with the Park Speaks. Whenever I see like someone working in the park, I'm like, oh, hey, that's so cool. Just because like, I don't know, my brain's focused that way. But yeah, everything that I see, I'm like, oh, that could be a great story. So I think and I also like seeing life through that lens instead of being like, oh, why did that happen? I'm always like, oh, that's a great story. Like that, like it really makes me like value all the little things more, which is definitely important in the world we live in.
And remember the name, everybody. I could definitely see anchor reporter for sure. You got the eye and you got the delivery. It's good stuff.
Oh, thank you.
Future's bright. Everybody, we put together graphics for the podcast stuff, and you'll see Anna's as well. These will all be pictures and images from the videos that she has captured along the way. And so building that little resume and being able to kind of get into it, wrapping up here, Anna, recommend that workforce coordinator, the career engagement kind of piece for any other student out there?
Yes, I think if you don't know what to put in your schedule and you have 2 classes that are free and you don't want to take a study hall, I would totally recommend doing this. everyone speaks so highly of it. It's gonna put you ahead in the college search. It's gonna, or even not, like just having that, you have like 9 extra months of experience on everyone else, and it'll just be great. And the freedom is great, and it's great. I think everyone should just do it. I mean, I think it's just great.
And the thing I like too, and it was, if you don't like it, then you can try something else. So you're not, so
for sure.
To think about going to college, back 100 years when I went, you were, in a major and you kind of had that idea. Here you can kind of try some things on to see if they fit before you're really obligated to anything and kind of getting too far into it and spending money and time and all that stuff.
Yeah, and completely for free. I was going to add, you can try out any sort of anything you want, and it's so flexible. Like, I know some people who, like, there's a kid who interns with his work that he already has, and he gets paid for it, and it's great, and he loves that. And it's so, like, each person, it's not one size fits all at all. It's about the student. Like, no one's going to be hurt if you're like, I don't think I'm liking this. Like, it is, you can do as many things as you want, and you figure out what you want to do before you go to college, and you're like my brother, and you've already switched your major like twice. So
now, if parents or folks your age, kiddos your age, young people your age are listening to this, how did you get plugged in? How did that go? Through the school counselor, or did you hear about it on the announcements and you went to something? How did you get into that?
Yeah, I already knew it was a thing.
Okay.
I don't exactly know why, just because of people, but when you schedule for your senior year, you just say, I want to do an internship. And they say, okay, perfect. And then you go to a meeting, and that's when you discuss what time of day works best for you and how far you're willing to go, how far you're able to go, all that stuff. So you have like 2 or 3 meetings before you even get put into a place. And then when you get put into a place, you get to go and you meet the people first, and you get to talk about it after. So it definitely, it's not a scary thing at all, and it's very easy. You just have to apply yourself, and usually most people who want to work-based learn are applying themselves pretty hard. So
there you go. No, I don't think there's any editing needed. I think
plug it in just like that.
I think you nailed it.
Upload it right now.
Anna, thanks for being here on the podcast, and thanks in advance for hosting this sometime soon.
For sure.
Thanks everybody for listening to episode 136 of our podcast. More episodes are coming your way soon. Take care.